What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and today we're starting a brand new Dynasty. We're heading back to NCAA Football '06, and we're going to roll with Akron, the Zips. We're going to do some really different things you haven't seen me use in quite a while. As you can see here, we are in the coach strategy screen. We are going to run the flexbone offense. It's been a long time since I've ran that scheme. I'm excited to get back into it just to do something completely different. We're also going to run the 4-2-5 defense. A friend of mine gave me that suggestion, and there's some cool things I really want to do with it. And it's just going to be a whole lot of fun, as you can see at the overlay at the bottom. I'm going to try to turn Akron into a powerhouse. I'm going to try my best to win a bunch of MAC titles. I'm going to try to get invited into the Big Ten and just have world domination with the Zips. So we'll see if we can do that or not. Now, this is base '06. This isn't the mod of Next, but I do have the a little older texture pack from Next. It works just fine. That'll get us through. But either way, this is going to be a whole lot of fun, and I'm just excited to get back to my favorite game. So, again, we're back in the coach strategy screen. I've already set up a few different things. I want to start off with CPU assistance. If you've never played NCAA Football '06 before, or just do any dynasty of any one of these games, I highly suggest you turn off recruiting and discipline assistance. You want to have full control over that. But this is the scheme, all that good stuff. Let's go over to report card. Now, I am a 2-star team with a 2-star coach. But again, I'm going to try to stick with this team as long as I can until the game just won't let me like move them up or something. But I do want to show you the contract info. Right now, it says beat Kent State, beat Ohio State, and receive a bowl bid. And we're going to look at that schedule here in a little bit. We're going to go back to positions. And I want to show you my coach. It's the same setup I've had for years. I always like to go with the mullet. I just got to roll with that. I can't grow one myself, so I might as well try to do it in this game. And I also want to go to schedule. All right, so this is, again, base '06. We're starting off with the 2005 season, 2005 rosters. Let's go over to preseason options, and let's go to custom schedule. Let's talk about this thing. This is a little weird. This is what they set up for me. I tried my best to put a team or a game right there in week 2. I think it's just kind of weird not playing a game until week 3, so we're going to do some simulating in this video to get to week 3, which is our first game. But we're going to start off with Troy coming up here, and they're going to head straight to Ohio State. I had to schedule a really powerhouse team somewhat close to us, and Ohio State's pretty close to us, of course. We're in the same state, and they're really good. And then we're going to head right into our conference schedule. Northern Illinois, Central Michigan, at Buffalo, at Miami of Ohio. Now, this is one thing that really excites me. It's been a while since I've controlled a team up in the north. I've been doing a lot of southwest teams, and just excited to get back up into the north. Maybe we'll see some snow games. That'd be pretty cool. But then we're going to have a non-conference game with Temple. I wanted to schedule somebody really good here, and we got some options, but nobody's ranked. You know, we got Clemson's pretty decent in this game. Mississippi State, kind of. BYU, kind of. Of course, Notre Dame's solid. I went with Temple for one reason alone. Look at this schedule. This is the heart of your recruiting schedule, more or less. But it's set up to where I got like 4 straight road conference games. Again, just a really weird schedule. I had to put a home game in between the two, and there's a very good chance we're going to have 1 or 2 players come in to visit that week. So this is a recruiting game for me right there. But as you see, Buffalo, Miami of Ohio, Temple, at Bowling Green, at Ball State. We got an open date. I could have put something there, but I want to keep it fair. I want to go with 11 games. Every other team in this game rolls with an 11-game schedule. I want to do the same. I didn't want to make it unfair by me having that extra game to play with. So we're going to leave that open. They're going to head right back in the conference play with Ohio and Kent State. So if for whatever reason we cannot get any visitors in week 9, we should be able to get 1 or 2 hopefully in week 13 or 14 if we can make it that quickly. We'll just see. But anyway, kind of a weird schedule. I wanted to schedule a second ranked game, but there's just nowhere for me to put it. I mean, I could have put it right there, but another thing is I wanted to have one more home game than away. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See, that's it. So 6 home games, 5 away. I am not going to have a ranked team come up to Akron to play me. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So yes, the schedule isn't the hardest thing in the world, but that's just kind of what they gave me. But I think this will be a good fit, and I'm really excited about this schedule. Let's go to redshirt players, and let's just talk about our roster in general. Starting off, this is the overall, and we don't have any players in the 90s. I think they are a C plus overall team. I think it says C right here, but I think if you go out to exhibition mode, I think it has it like as a C plus maybe. Either way, we don't have anybody in the 90s. A bunch of dudes in the 80s. You look at our classes: 16 freshmen, 21 sophomores, 13 juniors, and 17 seniors. So we're going to have a good chunk of players leave after this first year. So recruiting is going to be pretty imperative. But we got some decent talent to work with, but let's just go position by position while we're in the redshirting area. So quarterback, we're running the flex bone, which means you need a quarterback that could run the ball quite a bit. We got two decent ones. We got Jabari Arthur. He's going to be our starter. He's got 84 speed. And then we got a backup pocket passer. You know, it is what it is. There's nothing I could do really much about that. Our other good speedster is a true freshman at Carlton Jackson. I'm going to redshirt him. I'm hoping Arthur can stay healthy all year. If he can, we can have a 2-year separation between these two. This guy's a sophomore. This guy's a freshman. If we can get 2 years between the two, that would be great as I continue to recruit more dual threat quarterbacks. And then we got another pocket passer behind him. So we'll see what happens. If Arthur gets hurt, I got to burn Jackson's red shirt so we can continue to run our flexbone offense. But here's the thing. Yes, we're going to run the ball a ton, but there's some decent pass plays in the flexbone playbook, and I've updated some of them as well. We're going to look at that at the end of the video. Halfback. This is the A-back position. Notice in my overlay at the bottom, we have an impact player in Brett Briggs, but notice it says AB. That is an A-back, so I'm going to kind of give respect to the flexbone guys and call this position the A-back. Now, when it comes to the A-back position, we need speed. We do not have it. Now, this guy's going to help us out this year. He's an impact guy. I'm sure he'll break some tackles and whatnot. But we need some speed here in the worst way. We need nothing but 90-plus guys here. So that's what we're going to recruit for. And we got two seniors. He's a senior, and his backup is a senior. So A-back is going to be a big position of need for us in recruiting. I'm going to redshirt this guy. I don't know with the A-back position. You know, we're going to usually have two A-backs out there a lot of the time. I don't know if it's a good idea to only have 3 on the active roster. I'm going to try this first, though. We don't have to go flexbone normal the whole time. So I'm going to give a chance, and hopefully I can redshirt this guy and save him. Because as you can tell, we need bodies here in the worst way. So we'll see. But I want to go back quickly to the quarterback. I didn't mention this. We don't have any seniors. All these guys should come back. But we are going to lose a couple at halfback. The B-back position. Yes, this is the fullback, but this is the B-back position. We actually got a couple dudes that can run at least a little bit. Now, they are true B-backs in my eyes because if you go over here, you look at their carry rating, it's not very good. Our best guy's got a 72 carry. I'm sure he's going to fumble it a time or two this year, but what we're going to do for recruiting is we got to recruit really big halfbacks to move over to fullback after their freshman year. So that's going to be another part of recruiting. So this guy's a senior, and this guy's a freshman. Wide receiver, they are the most important position in the scheme. We don't need a ton of bodies here either. I think at minimum I only need like 5 receivers on the roster. We got 6 right here, and I need guys who can really block, who can really jump up and get those jump balls and such. So we need humongous dudes. Remember Grant, our stud receiver in our Hawaii Dynasty? I need a bunch of dudes like that. So we got an impact player, though, Dominic Hickson. I'm going to try to make use of him as best as I can. And at least he's got a decent size to him. He's got okay strength. I mean, this is actually really good strength for a wide receiver. But our number 2 guy is a little, just really small, and he's not really fast, still just 88 speed. And it's a massive drop-off from there. We need more guys like this, 6'3", 199 or 6'4", 220, things of that nature. But I'm going to redshirt this kid just to have an extra guy coming back next year. But our 2 seniors are our 2 starters, and they're going to be gone. So this is another position of need for us. But I'm not going to neglect them. Trust me. If we're going to have a good wide receiver, I'm going to find ways to get him the ball. Tight end, most of these guys are going to block for me. There are a couple decent tight end plays in the formation, in the flexbone formations. I'll be able to get one of these guys the ball, but otherwise I need blockers here. And a lot of these guys, like this guy right here, is kind of what I'm looking for. But this guy, not so much. He's 6'5", 225. I'd like to put him over at wide receiver. I know that's kind of a glitch, I think. If you move a tight end to receiver, like they just get really good all of a sudden. I may try that with this guy next year. We'll see. But he's just too small to play tight end for me. And tight ends, a lot of times, the flex bone, they don't use tight ends hardly at all. But we got several flex bone formations with tight ends involved in them. I just need blockers here. And we got a bunch of dudes already coming back. So that's not going to be a big recruiting area of need for this year. Tackle, it's very simple with the offensive line. I need the biggest, baddest dudes possible. Now, normally in the flex-bone offense in real life, you want guys that are kind of small who can kind of move around a little bit, but we're not going to do any pulling linemen or anything. I need guys who can push. The biggest dudes, the strongest dudes I can find, so it's very simple. But we're going to redshirt this true freshman. As you can see here, a couple of decent guys ahead of us that are going to start, a junior and a senior. You look at guard, same thing. I just need the biggest dudes possible, but you can tell we don't have a lot of talent here. I'm not going to redshirt our best guard. Center, I need a big dude, strong, guy right here. We got an okay dude right here that's going to help us out for a couple seasons, but I definitely need some help there. 4-2-5. Just kind of think we are replacing an outside linebacker with another strong safety, more or less, but we're going to do a lot more 1-high, 3-high stuff, a lot more cover zero type things. But when it comes to my defensive ends, to be honest, I think I'm going to treat them like any other 4-3 defensive end. And we got some decent dudes here. Now, I was almost going to redshirt this Showers kid, but defensive ends tend to tire real easily, so a lot of these guys are going to be playing quite a bit. And I think I got Showers as a starter anyways. Defensive tackle, we need the biggest, strongest dudes possible. We got a bunch of guys here. None of them are really good except the top two, and unfortunately they're seniors, so this is a big area of need for us. I didn't want to waste redshirting a couple of these guys that aren't going to fit. Look, 260 pounds, that's not going to cut it for me. 242, I mean, what's the point? A good chance these guys will be cut in the offseason. Outside linebacker, and this is one thing I need to go back and check. I think the 4-2-5 left outside linebacker is your number one guy at outside linebacker in the 4-2-5. Either way, we got one decent player, Jay Roar, and guess what? He's a senior. All of our great players are seniors, and the guy behind him, 74, just nothing there. Just not a whole lot to work with. I didn't want to waste my time redshirting these guys. I kind of want to get them through the system so we can get other guys come in. If I redshirt this guy, we may not have outside linebackers want to come and be interested in us because we already got another body there, if that makes sense. There's no point in redshirting somebody like that. And, of course, he's a senior. We need to get him out. Middle linebacker, this is a big problem. We don't have anybody here, so what I'll probably end up doing is having Roar playing middle linebacker and McNeil playing our starting outside linebacker. Again, I just got to remind myself, I got to go back and look and see which one is the starting outside guy. We could probably check that here in a little bit later. Again, middle linebacker, terrible situation. Corner, these guys aren't going to play a whole lot in terms of depth, but the base is 4-2-5. I can still sprinkle in nickel and dime when I'm going up against the real speed 4-wide type teams and such. But we got two decent guys, 84 and an 80, and it's just a massive drop-off. I do not want to redshirt these guys. They're just not good enough to bother. Free safety, it's not looking good. We got a senior, and he's a 76 overall, and just not much behind him, so that's a big position of need. Strong safety, we need a lot of bodies here. We're going to have two guys on the field a lot most of the time. I got one decent one. He's a sophomore, so I'm excited about that, but he needs another buddy to help him out, and we just don't have that yet. Kicker, average, senior. I got to replace him. Punter, really good punter, but he's a senior. We're going to have to replace him as well. So those are your redshirted players. I'm going to go over to rosters. And we're going to go over to rosters. We're going to go over to depth chart. And just quickly go through kind of who's going to start. Of course, Arthur's going to be our starting quarterback. We're going to have an A-back, Briggs, and Ringer. And hopefully they can stay healthy. If not, we're going to have to maneuver some guys around. Fullback, okay dudes. I mean, I think they can kind of fit what we're trying to do. We're going to run triple with them. Now, they may fumble at a time or two. But I'm going to make use of this guy as much as I can while he's a senior. This is being his last year. Wide receiver, I'm going to put Hickson at the Z receiver spot because we got some wide receiver triple option stuff. Might as well use it. Might as well get him a couple touches on the ground. And a lot of the triple wide receiver plays R with the Z receiver unless I flip it, and I didn't feel like flipping it, so I'm just saving myself the trouble of having to deal with formation subs. Tight end, I got the biggest, strongest dude I could find on my roster to go right there, just in terms of blocking. Pretty simple with the offensive line. 85, 80, 72, your best players are playing right there. Defense, again, I just got the fastest and best dudes that are playing. And it looks like I got Showers backing up. I wonder if I probably need to move him. Him and Grant look like exactly the same. I think what I may do is put Showers as the backup for both sides. I think that's a good idea. Let me go here. So let's have Showers back up both so we got a decent rotation. And I may use a formation sub with the defensive ends on third down. We'll see. Defensive tackle, pretty self-explanatory. Again, it's just the best guys that are starting. But this is what I was talking about earlier. This is an issue. I think I may have to put Roar right here. Let's put the best middle linebacker there and right there. And for... So, okay, that's correct. So this is it. So we got Roar playing, starting at middle linebacker, left outside linebacker. It shows that he's a starter. But normally that little pop-up screen would show up saying, hey, you can't have the same guy starting two spots, which tells me I've done this correctly. So it's the right outside linebacker position that makes that correct. I hope that makes sense. It'll make a lot more sense when you actually get into the game. I just want to make sure I got this correct, and looks like I do. So, yes, so our starting middle linebacker is going to be Roar. He's going to take him a bit of a hit from 82 to 78, but we're going to have McNeil out there. So we're going to have the two best guys out there, which is good. Corner, again, just the best guys are going to be playing. At nickel, if I ever get over to nickel, I'm going to have this guy right here. But as you can tell, we just don't have much talent besides our top two guys there. Free safety, self-explanatory. Strong safety, again, just pretty self-explanatory. Same with kicker and same with punter. Let's go over to edit rosters. I just want to show you quickly who our captains are. Starting off, Jason Montgomery, wide receiver. He's the smartest dude on the team. And it always goes by awareness. Let me look at the outside linebacker. The DPS, so Roar is our defensive captain. So I wanted to point that out. Let's go over to program standards. This is our NCAA team interest bar. It's a little under halfway. We got a lot of points to play with. Maybe we could get a couple guys in trouble, and we could really lower this bar so we don't have to use as many points in the off season. Let's talk about the playbook right now. We're going to actually go into practice mode here in a little bit, but this is the playbook. I'm going to do nothing but flex bone. I had to fill out the other three slots. I put the wishbone stuff in there, but I'm going to try my best to use nothing but flex bone. I think I could run my entire scheme just out of these 6 formations. I've actually set up some audibles, believe it or not. I'm going to show you kind of my thinking here. I've got it's pretty much a deep ball, whenever a team goes cover 0, I can audible to a deep ball situation. So flex bone normal, we got deep attack. I got over here, this is flex bone slot, this is AB fade, tight end drag, and then this is another home run type of situation. These are my 2 triple wide receiver option plays, one from split and one from twins. So whenever I'm in one of those formations and I see the defense and man, I can audible to this, and we can hopefully have a home run situation, at least this year with our impact wide receiver in Hickson. So I have that set up. I think we're ready to go to Athlon Sports. Let's go to preseason polls. And again, this is the 2005 season, so kind of think who was the good teams back then. USC, Tennessee, Iowa, Oklahoma, so on and so forth. I don't know where we're at. Let's just go. We're towards the bottom. Yes, we are 102nd in the country. They got us as a B- team. Interesting. C+ overall, C+ defense, A on the special teams. Let's go over the Heisman watch. These are going to be your typical guys. Matt Leinart, AP, Reggie Bush, Vince Young, and Ted again, Jr. Let's go to preseason All-Americans. We're not going to have anybody on these lists, but hopefully by the end of the season, we might. But as you can see here, we don't on the first team. We're not going to have any on the second team, but we may have 2 or 3 guys on the all-conference team. So let's go over to the MAC. I'm really excited about heading back up north. It's just been too long. So here's the first team, all-MAC team. Do we have anybody on the first team? We do not, so that's something to shoot for. What about the second team? Surely we got one guy. Yes, so one of our tackles, Justin Hine, is on the list, and that is our punter. So we got 2 guys on the all-conference team, and they're both second-team guys. So, again, Just nice goal to have, trying to get as much of dudes as we can on here at the end of the year. Let's go to Conference Outlook. I actually have no clue where they're going to have us. Looks like they got us 7th. So that's not terrible. Now, when it comes to the East, so we are an East team, they actually got us 3rd. Ohio is pretty bad. Kent State's bad. Buffalo's bad, but they're all kind of the same town as we do. The big one is Bowling Green. They are incredible in this game. Miami is very potent. They got a lot of good wide receivers. The West, Toledo is usually right up there along with Northern Illinois. They got that really good running back. Either way, uphill battle. If you go look on Google it, go look up Akron's history. They don't win a whole lot. So I'm really excited to see if I can turn them and make myself the best coach Akron has ever had. Toughest places to play. This isn't going to affect us ever. I can't imagine us getting on this list. It'd be cool if we could, because I'd like to stay with Akron for 20 plus years and, win a bunch of titles and such. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But we'll see. It'd be cool to get us in the top 25. In-season recruiting. It is time to get into recruiting. So let's do that. First thing I want to do is look for our pipeline states. Let's go and find those. Now, we're in the state of Ohio. That's going to help us a little bit. There's a lot of good talent in Ohio. They got Florida as a pipeline. I will not use that as a pipeline. I'm going to keep it pretty local. It just saves a lot of points on the recruiting front. Let's keep going. Ohio definitely will be. Michigan, more than likely. No, it's not. My guess, Pennsylvania might be a pipeline state. Let's see. We're going to fix to hit Ohio. So Ohio definitely is a pipeline. As you can tell, there's just a lot of players in the state. Pennsylvania is definitely a pipeline. I think where Akron is at is on the eastern side of Ohio. Kind of central eastern. So kind of think of the map. We're going to try to recruit Ohio, or of course Ohio, but Pennsylvania. I may do Indiana. I'm just not really sure yet, but the bulk of our players will be Ohio, Penn State. I may do a little Kentucky too. I'm not really sure. We'll just see. I should have Googled it and kind of see where some other states are close to us. But either way, I think that's going to be it. We'll keep on going. Virginia. Ooh, I like that. Yes, that is kind of close. I may continue to recruit Virginia. Yes, I like that. So Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia. There may be another one on here that I skipped one. I don't think I did. So let's look at our screen. Quarterback, I'd like to go find me another speedster. I think we're not going to have any problem finding somebody in the offseason, especially like an athlete. But the A-back, we need speedsters. B-back, we need studs here. We need bigger backs. So we're going to recruit a bunch of halfbacks for both of those positions. I'd like to find, we need help everywhere, obviously, but we definitely need some help at strong safety. We need some help at free safety. But here's another, I don't know if it's a glitch or whatnot, but think of the 4-2-5. You got one free safety out there at all times, but it forces me to have 3 free safeties on the team. I think that's kind of goofy. I should only need 2, but it's forcing me to have 3. It is what it is, so I got to recruit to that. Let's go over to Ohio first. Makes complete sense to go there first. Let's go to Ohio. Let's just start off out of the gate. Now, I don't have any hardcore recruiting restrictions, but I'm going to keep it pretty simple. We're a 2-star team. I'm going to stick with 3-star and below until we get up to the 4-star level. Then I'll probably just stick with 4-star, that type of thing. So we got a couple of 3-stars like that. This kid right here, Alex Johnson, look, he's got some speed to him. I think I may go and put one on him. Halfback, remember, we're going after 2 different types of backs. We need speedsters. This guy kind of, sort of, but this guy right here could possibly be a future B-back for us. I don't need the biggest guy in the world, but I do like to have some strength, and he's a 3-star. So I'm going to go ahead and put one on him. This guy is too slow for me, maybe. I may wait. Otherwise, he could be a good A-back for us, but I think I'm going to wait for now. Let's go to fullback. I don't know if I'll ever recruit anybody from this position because natural fullbacks do not make good B-backs in my offense. Wide receiver, it says we got 4, so this is another cool thing. Looks like the minimum I need is just 4, and it's not requiring me to get any more than that. But I still wouldn't mind going after some massive dudes that are really strong. So you notice here we got 4 3-star guys that are all 350 on the squat. These guys are even better on the bench. 6'3", 202. So I may go after one of these 3. I like this guy a whole lot. Adam Malloy. He's the strongest of the bunch, and he's the biggest of the two. These guys right here. I'm going to go after him, and I may go after... Both of them look exactly the same, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Dominic Meyer or Lee Sampson. Again, I don't think it matters. I may wait for now. Let's just go after the one because we already got bodies there. Tight end, I'm not worried about it. Tackle, if we can find a humongous individual like this, 480, 655, just really big. Let's go ahead and put one on him. No guard. Center, 4-star. Defensive end. We got 4 guys coming back. I am not going to do the middle linebacker, move down the defensive end. I'm going to go after just natural defensive ends. I'm going to need some speed here, more or less. Somebody who runs the 4-2-5, put in the comment section. For some reason, I feel like maybe I don't need edge rushers at defensive end. Maybe I need bigger dudes there instead. I'm just not really sure what's best. But none of these guys look really appealing to me at the moment. So let's go on. Defensive tackle, I definitely need help here. Let's look at these 2 3-star guys. 620 of 460s. This guy's the stronger of the two. And I think I may go after him. I wish he was a little bit heavier, but that's okay. Outside linebacker. Let me look. We probably need... I know we need some help here. But these are 4-star guys. Middle linebacker, we need help here in the worst way. This guy looks great. 4.56. He's smart. 3-star. Yes. Cornerback. I got plenty of dudes. I got 6. We got bigger needs. Let's go to free safety. Here's a 3-star. I need somebody. I'm going to control the free safety a lot, by the way. That's going to be my go-to position. And this guy is not fast enough for me. I wish he was a little bit taller as well. So I'm going to bypass that. Strong safety, 4-star. We can't do nothing about that. Let's go to Pennsylvania. We got 6 spots left. Quarterback, he's slow. Here's a 3-star, 380, 605. Another potential B-back. I think I may go ahead and put one on him. Wide receiver, 6'6", 185, but he's not very strong. I need somebody who's really strong there, like this guy. That guy looks the part. But he's a 4-star. I'm not going to worry about tight end, tackle, guard. Nope. Center, 4-star. Defensive tackle, 4-star. Middle linebacker. Here's a couple more middle linebackers. Both of these guys look pretty good, to be honest. This guy's slower, but stronger. This guy's a little faster. I may go after both. We really need help here. Corner, 4-star, 4-star. All these guys are 4-star. So let's go over to Virginia and see what we got here. Quarterback, not fast enough. Halfback, nope. Receiver, 280. Again, I need really strong dudes. I need guys who can really push guys around. Good run blockers that can hopefully be kind of tall. Let's keep going. Not looking good. Defensive end, defensive tackle, some more. This guy's too small. Outside linebacker, again, here's a 4'6" guy. I wouldn't mind going after him. Let's go put one on him. Corner, free safety, too good. So let's go back to Ohio. I'm going to go back after... If I can get to it. There we go. I'm going to go back after this kid right here. He's like the only good A-back we've really found. That's, that can kind of fit the part. And I may go after... we're already going there. Let's see. I think I may... Let me look at my safety situation again. 3-star again. I didn't feel like he was fast enough. And this guy's a 4-star. So let me go back to one of these wide receivers. And go pick one of these guys. I'm going to pick one of these two. It doesn't really matter. They both look exactly the same. Loveland, Ohio. Middletown, Ohio. Dominic Meyer. It doesn't. Let's go with Lee Sampson. That's a pretty cool name. Let's just go with that. Okay, so that is all of our scholarships. So guess what's next? We get to sim this first week, and then we get to do some recruiting. And then we got to do another simulation of the second week. So let's get out of here. Let's go to recruiting and see what we got going on. Let's first off look at the positive pitches. Now, I'm going to go after about 4 or 5 guys at the absolute most, and we're going to try to get whoever we can out of those 4 or 5. Right now, I'm not seeing a positive pitch anywhere. Nope, not a single pitch that is positive. But this halfback looks like we're in great shape for him. Speedster, a good, fast enough. A 4.39, I think. I need to go look it up. Let's go look that up really quick. I'm going to go over here. Let's go to Dynasty mode. Let's go look up the speeds. This is the next speed. If you run the next mod, that's the speed attributes. But a 439 is an 88 speed. I may have no choice. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not really sure if I don't know. I feel like we still probably need to go after him, I guess. But let's see. Let's keep going. Now, when it comes to quarterback, we're at the very bottom of this guy. But this is actually good enough. I don't need somebody who's super accurate. I need somebody who's fast. So I actually may go after this kid, but let's keep looking. Bigger dudes, this is the 38605, Joey Stevens. Let me look at this other one. 38605. They look exactly the same. Exact same player. Literally the exact same. So it doesn't really matter which one we go after. I think I may go after the one out of Pennsylvania just to help our pipeline. Let's go after this guy. Defensive tackle. I was okay, excited for him, but let's keep going. Outside linebacker. I know we needed help at. Do we got a strong safety? I didn't find a single strong safety that fit what I was looking for. We'll find somebody in the offseason, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's go look at some of these middle linebackers. All three of these guys look just fine, I would think. 4.65. This guy looks really strong. I really like this kid. Let's go Paul McGill, another Pennsylvania kid. I'm only going to go after one. I want to look at an offensive lineman. Is this guy... I really like this kid a whole lot. He's just big, he's humongous, and he's strong. I know we're at the bottom of that list, but I'm not too worried about that. Let's go here. And we can go after one more. I probably will go after, like, this wide receiver. Do I need to waste my time with this one? B. Hands, 6'4", 190. I like that one. What about the other guy? Where's he at? This kid right here, just B. Hands, 4'48". So I think I may go after this one instead. Lee Sampson. I don't know. They both look the same. 240, 350. And this guy's 265, 350. And he's a little bit smarter, too. I think I may go after him. We need more bigger dudes on that side. So we're going after... I think we're set. I think I'm okay with that. Should I go after the quarterback? I can. That gives us another body there. Or do we take our chances in the offseason? That's just something I got to make up my mind on. I know when it comes to wide receiver, there's not going to be many interested in the offseason. So I know I need to go after one wide receiver. I feel like it's just in my best interest to do so. I like the tackle. I want to stick with that. We need a middle linebacker. A halfback. I'm going to go after one of the two halfbacks. I think 386.05, 340, 555. I think this... Oh, gosh. I think what I'll probably end up doing is... I don't think this guy's... I need faster dudes. 88 speed is not good enough for an A-back. And he's not big enough to play the B-back. So I'm not going to bother with that kid. He doesn't fit what I'm looking for. This guy fits a little bit better. 4.65 is more than good enough. A 4.65 is like 76 speed. I don't need the fastest dudes here, but I need bodies here. You got to think. These quarterbacks are going to get run over a whole lot. They're going to get injured a lot, which means you need bodies behind them. So as many guys I can rack up there, I'm all for it. So we're going to go after Alex Johnson, 6'4", 215, who could run a little bit. Again, I'm not really worried about the accuracy being bad. Arm strength is kind of a big deal. We're going to throw over the top a whole lot. Next up, we're going to go after this future B-back and Chris Wright, 4'5'2", but he's pretty strong for playing halfback. Then they have him, what, as a power back? Yes, that's what I need. And again, we're going to run the ball so much, I think I'm not going to have any issues finding speedster halfbacks wanting to come to my school. Next up, we're going after Paul McGill. I just like his strength. Now, his awareness is at a B. One thing I didn't think about. I need to think about awareness on defense. So, I actually may change my mind on this. Let me see. 366.05, 375.85, 448. I actually think I like this guy better. He's smarter. He's not as strong, but he's faster than that guy right there. So, let's switch that up. Okay, I'm going to take the points off of him. And we're going to go after Skinner. It's still in Pennsylvania, so that shouldn't hurt our pipeline or nothing. So, let's go after Skinner instead. And then tackle George Roberts. I just need more help on the offensive line. Pretty simple on that one. I just need big and strong dudes right there. And last but not least, I'm going to go after wide receiver Adam Malloy. Just because, again, we're not going to get a lot of wide receivers wanting to come to our school. So I need some big, strong dudes there that can help us out. This guy really fits what I'm looking for. So those are the 5 guys. So we are set up there. And what we can do is go back to play week. We can look at who won the games in week 1. And there was only one game. Temple upset Arizona State. So let's go ahead. And I'm not going to look at the magazine. There's really no point. There's nothing really to see there. So we're going to see them this week. And then we're going to look at Troy real quick. And then we're going to head into practice mode. And I'm going to show you kind of all the good looks, you know, the uniforms and the stadium and whatnot. And we'll look at the playbook a little bit more. So let's go over to recruiting. Let's see. We didn't play a game, so that doesn't help us a whole lot. But our quarterback, we're still kind of the same spot. We go down here. We went down for this halfback, but I'm not worried about that just because, again, we just didn't play. That's the only reason I think why we went down. But we did go up for this tackle. That's good. And wide receiver, we're in the same spot. And looks like somebody already cut us. Wow, Skinner took us off his list. Interesting. So should I put... that's interesting. You know what? I may... We're already down for these other ones. I think I may just... Let's just put the rest of these... So Skinner already took us off the list, which is fine. So I may do something like this. No, we need to go get another middle linebacker. I forgot. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll keep it at 20, and we'll go back after Paul McGill. We're down at the bottom. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us too badly. So let's just put the 20 points on him. He's the only middle linebacker that is left. This guy, 570. Yeah, okay, I'm okay. We're still going after McGill. So we'll just move our points over to him. I do want to check for positive pitches. Did anything change here for any of these guys? No. We'll go middle linebacker. No. No. And no. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Also want to make sure there were no negative pitches. So our next game, we got Troy. And they've already played a game. They won it. I don't know who they played. None of this really matters at this point. But we got a little bit more talent than they do. I'd love to start off the season with the win. That would be great before we head and take on Ohio State. So what we're going to do, we're going to save this thing. I'm going to go save. We're going to go here. We're going to do a brand new Dynasty. We'll just call it Dynasty 1. We're going to hurry this up. And then I'm going to save my settings or the profile, whatever it was. I'm going to go here. And we're going to go save our settings. My second memory card is my 06 memory card. Let's go and save that. I don't know what changed in the settings, but something did. So now what we're going to do, we're going to back out of our Dynasty. I'm going to exit. And then we're going to head over to practice mode, and we're going to look at a couple of different things. I want to make sure my roster is set up correctly. I've got the default 06 game plan, but the 06 are... Okay, so yes, that's correct. I just wanted to make sure. When I first went back to this ISO file, it put in like the 24 roster, and I didn't really want that. Let's go Akron. All that looks good. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's speed this up. And again, we're going to go into practice mode. We're going to look at the uniforms. We're going to look at the stadium. And we're going to talk about the playbook a little bit. So again, our playbook: flexbone, normal, slot, split, twins, wide, and tight. The entire offense is going to go through those 6 formations. Yes, I got the wishbone stuff in there, but I'm probably not going to bother much with that. But when it comes to flexbone, we're going to keep it pretty simple. Let's go up to flexbone normal. The bulk of the offense is going to be triple option counter, deep ball whenever we need it. We're going to do some basic option with our B-back. Speed option at some formations is a little iffy, but counter, I need to change that name, by the way. I need to change that to BB counter. But then you got dive. And then you got AB option. Some things I've tried to make work. Like we can, again, AB screen. This is some place that I've updated. I'm going to go right here. And let's go and let's see if I can make this work. So I made a basic double option play with the A-back. Like this. Oops. Just a bad pitch. We'll try that again. Let's see if I can make this look a little bit better. Ooh, he pitches it that way, so that's a glitch play. I got to go fix that. Oops. So he pitches it somewhere else. That's just really weird. Notice he does not pitch it to that guy. Oh, there we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, that was just really weird. Either way, here's the cool thing. Let's look at our uniforms. I'm going to go right here. Pretty good looking uniforms. Whoever worked on those, good job. I love the color combo, the navy blue and the gold. I think that just looks really slick. You look at the defense. There's only a one home and one away uniform. I may have an alternate I can throw in there every once in a while, but either way, I think this looks really slick. Good looking uniforms across the board. You look at our stadium, the zips, the rubber bowl, really cool old school stadium. It's a horseshoe. It's just a really neat environment, and I like the entire aesthetic. That's a big thing for me. I gotta enjoy the look of my team. Otherwise, what's the point? But going back to the playbook, flexbone normal. Again, just triple option. We're going to try some of these sweeps. I think I fixed these. I had some issues with the guards. But over time, I'm going to try to make the flexbone a little bit better. This will be part of like version 7 of my master playbook. But I'm going to use all of these formations just depending on what I need. For example, flexbone slot, we're going to use a lot of this for like our third and long situation. I'm going to just throw in a handful of, the drop back stuff. No reason not to, especially if I got the talent for it. But I wanted to point out plays like this, where we got the triple wide receiver option play from like right here. Just a nifty little play if you can get it to work. Come over here, and you can just run basic option with your receiver. I like to give him a little bit of a head start before we run like this. And then you're off and running. Really cool stuff. That's just going to be a nice little wrinkle. Otherwise, we are going to be running a whole lot of triple, a whole lot of double. And I'm really excited about what we can do with it. Let's go around here. See if we can get something going there. It's just going to be a lot of fun. It's just been so long since I've ran triple. Like a long time. And I couldn't get the pitch off. I'm going to try to make this look halfway decent before we head out of here. We'll go this way again. That's fine. I keep getting my head smacked in. Let's go this way this time. Do a little B-back. That's what I like to see. Look at that. That's going to be a whole lot of fun to do some of this right here. Up the gut. Little dive read. Going to be really cool. One thing I'm going to try to do, I don't know if I can make it work. I got to work on a couple of these plays. I don't know if it's in this formation or not. It may be in flex normal. Is the option pass plays. These right here, I got to work on these a little bit more. Let's go ahead and just fool around with this. So normally the way I made this work was if it's man, I can treat it as a pass play. Go over the top and see if I can make something happen there. But if it's like a zone, or if I'm just not liking the look, I can just treat it as a run play. I'm going to try to incorporate more option pass. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. So here they're going zone. I don't know if the zone works all that well from here. See, I don't see anybody open except this guy's kind of open. Nope. Either way, I can't wait to get into it. I hope you're excited. I know I am. Going to try to do some flex bone. I'm going to run some 4-2-5. So let me go ahead and talk about that 4-2-5 really quick. 4-2-5. Just going to have the two strong safeties kind of do their thing. And we're going to play a lot of cover 0. I'm going to do a lot of 1 and cover 3. This is kind of like the main gist here. Cover 1 man, cover 0, and then a lot of cover 3. And I may mix in some other things. I don't know. We'll say it's been a while since I've kind of looked at this formation. But either way, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to get into it. And I know you can't wait to get started either. So our next game, first game of the Dynasty is Troy. Hopefully we can get our first win of the Dynasty and kick off the Dynasty ride. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.